Hey guys, Tankmaster here, welcome back to another video, and today in this video we are on beautiful Altis in Arma 3, and we are going to be reviewing the expansion mod Police by user Jakes. This is only the vehicle aspect of it though, and here we have all the vehicles. Now I've already done a review of this mod, however it was with a corrupt file which had like barely any of the vehicles that were actually in the proper mod. So I'm bringing to you an actual review of the mod. And to start off we have the highway patrol vehicles, which are all these four. And the first one is the Honda Civic Type R. It can carry 3 passengers, 2 in the back, 1 in the front, and has a top speed of 291 kilometers an hour. The lights are on for all of these vehicles as well, so you can see where about all the lights are and how they act. And if we hop inside, we can see that the interior is beautiful, and you'll find that with a lot of these vehicles the interiors are beautiful like this, and then with some of them they've got like really horrible like picture door frames which just look like a picture basically instead of these like 3D models. But anyway, this interior is one of the really nice ones. And if we hop outside, we can see the indicators, which is also a great feature of this mod. Q and E, or if we go into the action menu, you can see them. Left turn signal and the right turn signal. There we are. But let's hear the vehicle. So great sounding vehicle there. Now we move on to the BMW M5. This vehicle can also carry 3 passengers, 2 in the back and 1 in the front. However, this one has a top speed of 331 kilometers an hour, which is faster than the Honda Civic Type R. Unsurprisingly, it is a BMW. But we also have the light bars, and we even have these sneaky ones in the glass there, which you can see the boxes for. There they are, boxes there. We get treated in this interior though, because we get a laptop, which is actually just the front and rear cameras. But who complains about a free laptop in their vehicle? We also get a mesh backing, which is nice. There's the lovely view of the interior. Now if we go on the outside and we do the indicators, we can see that we get treated with the door mirror indicators. See the indicators on the door mirror? That's beautiful, and I like that we get treated to that. So there are the rear and there are the front ones. And another nifty feature of this vehicle is that if we look here on the dashboard, we can see that there isn't anything. However, when I turn the engine on to do the sound test, you can see it all pops up, which I'll show you now. And that was the BMW M5. Moving on to another BMW, this is the significantly bigger BMW X6. This vehicle can carry 4 passengers, 3 in the back and 1 in the front, and has a top speed of 227 kilometers an hour. It's also really beefy and like chunky. We also get treated with the interior lights there, and if we hop inside we can see that we also again get treated with a laptop, which we have to turn on using the action menu. Front and rear cameras though. There's also a mesh backing here to keep you away from the bad guys. And there's a look at the interior, which looks nice. It's very black though. Now for the sound test, and again, because this is a BMW, the dashboard will pop up. And something I did actually forget to do was show you the indicators. We also, again, get the fancy door mirror indicators. However, nothing really new there. So that was the BMW X5. Now we have the Chevrolet Malibu. Here it is. It can carry 4 passengers, so same as the X6. And has a top speed of 296 kilometers an hour. So it's pretty speedy. If we get inside of it, we can see that we do not get treated to a laptop, sadly. And but we still get the mesh cover in the back. The interior is again one of the nicer ones because this is a newer vehicle to the mod. And if we look at the indicators, we can see that there are the rear ones and there are the front ones. And we also do get door mirror indicators, which I would zoom in on, but I can't. Time for the sound test. So, that was the Chevrolet Malibu, and they were the highway patrol vehicles. Now we move on to the urban patrol vehicles. The first one is the Dodge Charger, which can carry 4 passengers, 3 in the back and 1 in the front, and has a top speed of 272 kilometers an hour. And boy, does it look gorgeous. Like, I don't understand how anyone could not like the shape and look of this car. Also, we get treated with the sound of the engine when we get to that. But you also get a laptop, which looks good. And the interior is great again. There we are, we get a mesh cover in the back. And we even get a phone, which the phone is somewhere. If we go on the outside and we do the indicators, we can see work very well. There we are. But now, time for the sound test. And I absolutely love this. Oh, listen to the engine purr. I absolutely love this car and the noises it makes. Ah, beautiful. Right, moving on from the Dodge Charger, we have the Ford Crown Victoria, the classic police car. There we are. It looks like everyone knows what a Crown Victoria looks like. All the lights as well. It's just fitting of being a police car. We move on to the interior. It's nice as well, although this is one of the low work quality interiors. You can tell. But you do get a mesh cover and a laptop, which who can complain about that really? If we turn the indicators on, we can see the front ones work fine. However, the rear ones don't work. Oh, wait, they do. However, they are very minor, so you can barely see them. which might be a problem. But anyway, now let's do a sound test. That was the Ford Crown Victoria. Now, for the Ford Explorer, here we're getting into the bigger vehicles of the mod. It can hold only 4 passengers, 3 in the back and 1 in the front. However, it has a top speed of 257 kilometers an hour. And the lights look great on this vehicle as well. Now, if we hop in, we can see that sadly again this is one of the low textured interiors. Specifically the doors look horrible. However, the interior itself is okay. You even get mesh covering. In fact, you get spoilt with 2 mesh coverings in the back here. You have the laptop as well, which everyone likes. And if we have one last look in the interior and then go on the outside, we can see the indicators in action. So we again get spoilt with the wing mirror indicators. However, the lights, the police lights, actually seem to interfere with it. There. Interesting. The rear lights are fine though, which is good to know. Now, time for a sound test. So, now we get onto a truck. A big, bulky truck. The Ford Raptor. This vehicle can hold 6 passengers, 1 in the front, 2 in the 3 in the back, and then 2 in the bed. It also looks like really menacing. It's got these big, like, gigantic tyres with lots of grip compared to these puny ones over here. But all in all, looks like a great vehicle. And if we hop inside, we can see that we are really high up compared to like where we were in the other vehicles. We get spoiled with the mesh covering as well as a laptop. And this is one of the really nicely detailed interiors. Like, look at all that detail. Just, oh, it's amazing. So there we are. Now if we go on the outside and we see the indicators, you can see that the top lights on the rear are the indicators. And then the front lights. And then we even get door mirror indicators. So we get spoilt there as well. Now, let's hear it. What a beautiful vehicle. Now, onto the GMC Savannah with 7 passengers in this vehicle, 6 in the back and 1 in the front. It can only go 167 kilometers. Sadly. So if it's very big and bulky, and it has amazing carrying capacity. Like I said, 7 passengers. You can see the passengers go on the bench there. Mesh covering here, and a laptop with only 1 working camera. Now pressing the camera button doesn't do anything, but you only ever have 1 working camera, which is weird. And it's the front one, so Yay. This also again has one of the really nice interiors, nicely detailed ones. And if we move on to the outside and press the indicator buttons, we can see that you can't actually see the indicators on the rear. However, you can on the front. So there we are. Now for the sound test. So, moving on to the final vehicle on the urban patrol vehicles, we have the Ford Taurus. This vehicle can hold 4 passengers and has a top speed of 276 km an hour. Those 4 passengers are obviously 3 in the back and 1 in the front on the passenger side. And it's also a very quick car. So if we hop in, we get to see the interior, which is one of the newer interiors, so it's more detailed. Has front and rear camera on this laptop and a mesh screen, so we're getting really treated here. Have a good look at the interior. Then we move on to the outside to look at the indicators, which I believe take up where the police lights are. You can see where it's flashing blue. The indicators are also there. And if we move on to the front, you can see that they're on the inner section. We get no wind mirror indicators, which is a shame. But we don't always get treated like that. Everyone wants one, but no one gets it. Time for the sound test, though. So, that was the last of the urban patrol vehicles. Now we move on to the SWAT vehicles. The first one here is the Ford F550 SWAT utility vehicle. It can hold 4 passengers, 1 in the front and 3 in the back, and has a top speed of 148 km an hour. It also has ladders at the back, which you use to get up, and that's important for later when the 2 SWAT officers that come in the mod will be showing you something special. But again, this has big beefy tyres, similar to the Ford Raptor there. And it looks very nice. If we hop inside, we can see that the interior is very similar to the Ford Raptor again. There we are with the nice new interior. Although you get no mesh in the back, which is a shame, but obviously you wouldn't need it because you'd be carrying the lads in there. Now, before I do a sound test, we must do indicators, which are pretty hard to see, but you can see that the giant yellow things at the back. And at the front, we get mirror indicators, so as the basic front ones. But now, if you look in the action menu, you can see left ramp raise and right ramp raise. Now, the right ramp goes to level 1 and it makes this noise, which is a horrible noise when you're trying to record. And the left ramp goes to level 2, and it still makes this noise. However, if we get out and we go past the SWAT officers using the ladder here, we can get up to the 1st and 2nd floor of buildings now, which is great for breaching them, I guess. So thank you for your help, SWAT officers. Time for the sound test. And yes, that is always how I thank my men for helping me. There they are. Now, onto the other SWAT vehicle in this mod, which is the Insurgent. This is actually a GTA vehicle, which is based off of the Pterodyne Gurkha, which is a big armoured vehicle made in Canada, of all places. It can hold 7 passengers, 1 in the front, 3 here, and 2 in the back. Sorry, no, 1 in the front, 2 here, and 4 in the back. There we are. Gigantic tyres as well, and has a top speed of 152 kilometers an hour. So not exactly the quickest vehicle, but it can go. Now the seats in this vehicle aren't the best. However, the rest of the interior is fairly nice. However, the rest of the interior is pretty much only this part here, the dashboard and so on. There we have the gauges. Now if we get on the outside, you saw a brief glimpse of what the rear compartment looks like. However, if we get on the outside, we can see the indicators on the front, which are those tiny dots. Not the best indicators, but hey, not much you can do. And let's do the sound. So, that was the Insurgent, or the Pterodyne Gurkha. Now we move on to the Unmarked vehicles, or the Detective vehicles. So the first one is the Ford Explorer, which has a driver and 4 passengers, 1 in the front and 3 in the back, and can do a top speed of 257 kilometers an hour. So there we are. The lights, which are very discreetly hidden. And if we hop in, we can see that the interior is exactly the same as it was on the other vehicle, with the low resolution door handles as well. Camera works for the rear and front cameras, and if we do the indicators, exactly the same as on the urban patrol vehicle Ford Explorer. So, and that's pretty much the full thing for all of these vehicles. So it's only really the exterior that needs a good look into it. So the interior of them are all the same, and I don't need to do a sound test because again, it's the same as all the other vehicles that these are based off. So if we hop into the Chevy Malibu, which this is, with 4 passengers, 1 here and 3 in the back, and a top speed of 296 kilometers an hour, exactly the same, no difference here. And then again with the Ford Raptor, got the discrete lights on the front and up in the top of the windshield. Again, it can carry 6 passengers and has a top speed of 247 kilometers an hour. And nothing has changed in the interior. See, exactly the same. If we get out, we have 2 more vehicles to review. The Ford Taurus, which has 4 passengers and has a top speed of 276 kilometers an hour. Here we are. And then there's the interior, which is, you know, exactly the same as it is on the in the other one. However, the camera doesn't work. Don't know why, but you don't get front and rear cameras. And for the final undercover one, we have the BMW X6, which again holds 4 passengers and has a top speed of 277 kilometers an hour. So here we are. And if we hop in, the interior should be, yeah, exactly the same. No difference here. Still nice as ever. But now we move on to the helicopter in this mod. So flip over my page of things. We have the EC635 helicopter, the police version. It has 2 pilots and can carry 6 passengers, and it has a top speed of about 270 kilometers an hour. Now you can see it's very nice indeed. Now this comes from a separate mod, which is which will be also down in the link in the description. However, it has a bunch of helicopters and even a stretcher. I know we get treated with that stretcher there. We can open the left side door, open the co-pilot's door, and if we walk around, we can do the same on the other side as well. Open right side and open pilots. So we can get a good look at the rear interior here. See there's 6 passenger seats here. And if we get into the pilot seat, we can have a good look at the person automatically closes the door. However, you can reopen it if you feel like it. So we can see that there's a lot of detail in this. Let's close all of the doors. And it's time for me to go silent so that you can hear the helicopter and see all the instruments light up, because it's very loud. So that was the EC635 police helicopter, which is a reskin of the EC635 helicopter mod, which is by a user called Luke, which I will do in a later video. It's actually a pretty good mod. But there it is. And one final thing, which I'm going to use the Dodge Charger for, because honestly it's my most favourite vehicle out of all of them in this mod, is we have different horns. So if I press F, we have air horn, priority 1, beep, priority 2, warble, priority 3, whoop 1, priority 4, whoop 2, priority 5, piercer, priority 6, crossing. And that's it. So I'll let you hear all those individually from the inside and from the outside. So all of those horns are on all of these vehicles here, but they're obviously not on the helicopter. And you notice how they all have their lights on? Well, that's also by the action menu by using code 1. So code 1 is no lights and no siren. Code 2 is lights only. You can see there. And you have to press code 1 to go to code 3, which is siren and lights only. Well, siren and lights. So I'll let you listen to that. And that is enough of that. Oh, I love the model. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. If you did enjoy this video, the link to the mod will be down in the description if you want to go check it out for yourself. Please consider subscribing and liking the video, and comment if you have anything to say about the mod. Anything you just think that the maker of it should add, or take away, or do something about. So here we have our two men who died bravely in battle. And next video, the next video of this mod that I do will be on their weapons and their equipment. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next video.